There's so many ways to be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready.
Hey cuties, and welcome back to another part of my series where I make over your Sims. As always, you can find links to all of the CC that I'm using in the description down below, and if you would also like to submit a Sim for this series, you can do so by using hashtag SimPanions makeover on the gallery. I'll make sure to link that in the description as well, so you can go find the hashtag there. But without further ado, let's get straight into this. I hope you're all doing well. Today's Sims are absolutely adorable. It's also the first time I ever made over like a pair of Sims and not two Sims by different people, but I always randomize which Sims I'm gonna pick for this so everyone has like the same chance to get picked for it. I think that's just the most fair way to do it. And today we have two Sims by Mitsushima. I probably butchered that, I'm so sorry, but that is kind of just the theme of these things. Like whenever I have to pronounce something, I will 100% pronounce it wrong, but we'll just roll with it. Let's ignore that part. They are adorable though. So I came across them, and usually I would just pick one Sim, but they're siblings. The first Sim is the one we're making over right now, called Aria. I think they are so cute. Like, oh, I got like a very alternative but also kind of quirky vibe from them. So we ended up with this adorable greenish hair color that I'm just obsessed with. And I remember I got it in a CC haul ages ago, and I went through the swatches, and there's like an added few pastel-y ones. I think there's like a pink one as well, and like an orangey yellow one if I remember correctly. And I saw the green one, I was like, oh my god, I need to use that, but it didn't fit with any of the Sims I was creating. But I think for this Sim, their like complexion was just perfect for this hair color, so I had to go for it, and I actually had so much fun making them over. I feel like this is the beauty of this series, and that's why I need to do this way more often than I currently am. I did the last one of this series, the last video of this series, like a month, 2 months ago, 3, possibly like close to 3, and before that it was a year ago. So I really have to get back into it because I'm really enjoying it. It's so much fun to see how other people, in that case you guys, are creating your Sims. There's just something so special about it, because I feel like I always get quite set in my ways of how I create my Sims, and then I go for a certain style. A lot of times it's not something I consciously do, it just kind of happens, and like at the end I look at my Sim and I'm like, they kind of have that, you know, Cora vibe about them, where I know that it's a Sim that I created. So it's very refreshing to see other Sims and making them over, because a lot of times they also have like different body types or different face shapes, different complexions, just like different stuff I have to work and be creative with to see how I want to like interpret the Sim. And with this one, it was just so much fun. Like, they are such a cute Sim. I don't know, there's just something about them I was like, oh my god, so adorable. And the green hair just made it so special. And I feel like I kind of, not to toot my own horn, but I think I did very well with this everyday wear. I was really giving it my all, you know, to like do a little bit something that's a little bit more alternative, because it's definitely not my own style, but I feel like I might have been a tiny bit inspired by a YouTuber I have been watching recently. I don't know what her YouTube name is because I never remember these things, but she does a lot of like vegan food related things that I was very inspired by recently, just because she's like, the recipes she makes are all very freestyle, and I don't know, they just have a nice vibe about them. And she does a lot of like drinks that she kind of mixes together and makes up by herself, which I'm so into. I love drinks, I love fancy drinks, so much fun. But I've just been enjoying watching her videos, and I feel like she dresses very, I don't know if quirky is mean, because I don't mean it in a mean way, just not very conventional, like a little bit different, and I was very intrigued by it. And then after I made over Aria, I was kind of like, they remind me of this YouTuber I've been watching a little bit, just in terms of like, you know, the clothing items. I did try to go for mostly black or like dark colors, but there is definitely a few more fun colors mixed into her looks, into their looks, especially the party wear. No, not party wear, the hot weather wear. Oh my god. I feel like I'm just stumbling over my words so much. I don't know what's wrong with me recently, but I have been extremely fatigued, and I kind of have my suspicions that I'm a little bit iron deficient. I got my blood tested like must be 2 years ago by now. And I hate it. Like, I am so scared of it. Otherwise, I would have obviously gone in and gotten a blood test again just to see how I'm doing. But that is like so stressful for me. So I have just been trying to take my iron tablets like every day. I try to take them every 2 days just because they don't make my digestion go very well, if you know what I mean. They just make me feel a bit So every day is a bit much, but usually I take them every 2 days. I will try to take them every day until I feel a little bit better though, because I'm just so tired and I don't know how to fix it. I feel like I get enough sleep. It should all be fine, but I'm just so fatigued. Like, I could just lay down in bed every day, all day, and either relax or sleep, and that is bad. So I have to find out what that is all about. I also feel extremely dizzy, and I think it's related to my ears. I do have an, I think you call it ENS doctor? No, ENT? I think you call it ENT in English, ears, nose, and throat. I do have an appointment in like a week and a bit to get that checked out, so fingers crossed it will be fine. I'm a little bit scared that she's going to clean out my ears because I know this is not good, but I'm obsessed with Q-tips. I have like the biggest obsession with it. I know it's bad, but like every time I go to pee, I clean my ears with a Q-tip. It's so bad because, as you can imagine, you go to pee quite a lot like throughout the day, and I almost always have to clean my ears out, and obviously they're clean, so I don't know why I do it. It's just a habit I have built up. And I hate not being able to do it. Like, I try to avoid buying new Q-tips, but I last for like a few days and then I'm like, oh my god, I need new ones. So if you are out there, don't use Q-tips. They're so bad for you, but I just can't stop. It's like my kryptonite. I don't know. I don't do a lot of other things that are super unhealthy, so that's my one thing, okay? I'm working on it. So I'm pretty sure the doctor will be like, not very happy about that, but we'll just push through, I guess. I hate going to doctors when you know you've messed up. Like when I go to my dentist and I know I haven't been using floss, because who actually responsibly flosses every day? Like, if you do, that's good for you, but I don't know any person who does it even once a week. Like, no one flosses, okay? If you do, you must be like so disciplined, because I hate flossing. It's so annoying. It also hurts. I also find it like very yucky on the bottom of my teeth because they're all very close together and I just hate the feeling. I don't know. Ugh, hate it. So that's not happening. Usually my dentist is like, oh, your teeth are so good though. And I'm like, yep, I have not been flossing, but yeah, thank you. But anyways, anyone else get that where you go to the doctor and you know you haven't been doing what they told you and you're kind of like awkward about it, but you still have to go? That will be me. I'll be like, yep, I'm a Q-tip addict and I'm sorry about that. There's nothing I can do. I feel like maybe she will clean out my ears, you know, where they get like all of the earwax out that you have been pushing into your ear for the longest time, and I'm kind of a bit worried about that because people say it feels very weird, and weird is not a good sensation. Even if it doesn't hurt or isn't super uncomfortable, I hate having to deal with something that you've never experienced before in terms of like something done to your body. You know, it's just scary because you don't even know what to expect. So I don't like that very much. But anyways, we're also moving into the toddler right now, and I think his makeover was so much fun. That was like why I originally picked this pair of siblings anyways, to do like both of them and not just one. I thought it was so interesting to do a toddler because I never make over toddlers, and I feel like with all of the new CC that I got, and I usually just share like everyday outfits, and I thought maybe it's interesting to see me go through like skin details for them, the hairstyles, and then also like all of the different outfits, because I don't usually show off those in my videos. If I do lookbooks for toddlers, it's mainly like everyday wear, sometimes like season specific, but it's usually everyday wear. So I thought it would be interesting, you know, to see me go through the whole ordeal of dressing a toddler, and it was definitely fun because I don't really get to do that anymore. I have picked up The Sims like a few times throughout the last weeks, but I feel like I have no time. I don't know why, there's just so many games I want to play, and The Sims, it's just been a staple, I guess, and I've played it so much that it's like at the end of my list, even though I have been enjoying playing lately. So maybe I need to, you know, bump it up the list a little bit of things I want to play. But I feel like there just isn't enough hours in the day. And then also I have just been so tired this week, which I think is because my roommate literally had people over from like Thursday to Monday. He told me Thursday to Saturday. So it was a bit of a shock to me, and I was like, oh my god, there were also loads of people. Like at some point he had like 5 people here, or 4, I don't remember, something crazy like that. And I was like, no. Like the introvert in me was suffering, and it was just a mess, and I think I just needed this week to like regenerate a little bit. I feel like people who are very introverted like me might be able to relate if there's just a lot going on in a new place. And I say this all the time, I can't close my door because I have cats and they need to be able to go in and out of the room because they usually sleep here, but then their litter boxes and everything is like not in my room obviously, so I can't close my door, and it made me feel very uncomfortable. But anyways, I pushed through it, it's done, but I just needed a lot of time to regenerate from it, and I didn't really want to talk to anyone for forever, but I did go for like a long walk with my mom yesterday, so that was exhausting. I was also dressed in like, I don't know, my clothing, which is way too warm because it ended up being 26 degrees, and when I looked it said 18, so I was sweating my booty off. But whatever, with that said, the video is coming to an end real soon here. Like I said, if you would like to submit a sim to this series, you can do so by using hashtag SimPanions makeover. It's in the description down below. And if you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you all next time. Bye!